Hello, I'm Jin. I'm a worldwide handsome.
Hey strangers, my name is Shaki and I am strange. Welcome. In case you were wondering what that sexy thing around my neck is, it's an adjustable neck brace to keep my neck properly aligned while creating. About the piece I'm working on, it is of BTS's Jin. It is inspired by his recent solo single, The Astronaut featuring Coldplay. The reference photo I'm using was found on Google and it is from BTS's Let Go live performance on December 15th, 2019. So as you can see, I started off the piece with a 0.5 Mitsubishi lead pencil in the color pink and then blue. Pink for the entire outline and blue for the darker areas. Pro tip, I made this wrist rest myself by simply buying an acrylic block and adding rubber stopper stickers on each of the corners to rest my wrist and fingers while creating. It's more affordable to make your own. And the paper I'm using is Paul Rubens cold press watercolor glitter paper. Now I'm using a magnifying glass to add some tiny magical details to it. I use any and every tool possible to make my life easier. I did most of this part off camera intentionally because it's part of my own personal stylistic touch. Now I'm outlining things with 3 different colors of 0.25 archival ink Pigma Micron waterproof pens. I showed the entire eyebrow inking process because who doesn't like brows? It's so satisfying to see them come to life. And most of the footage you are seeing is sped up. It took me about 2.5 weeks to complete this piece. Yes. I did leave some of my most favorite moments at normal time speed because I want you to see how amazing that is, and I will tell you when to pay close attention. This is what the inside of the Rembrandt watercolor palette I'm using looks like. It is archival. I love this palette, even though it's my first time using it. The packaging could be improved though. I had to order sticker magnets to put them on the back of each pan to prevent them from sliding around whenever I dipped the brushes into them because that was so annoying. I only swatched for you the colors I plan on using, and I was observing color 417 very closely due to the way the color pigments were settling in the granulation. The color separated a lot once it dried, and that shade is the one I'll be using for his skin tone's shadows. Therefore, I don't want that to happen on his gorgeous face because it will look terrible, kind of like how a bad bronzer can look blotchy on your skin. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. This smudging is to show you the importance of working with acrylic blocks to prevent that from happening. These are the brushes I'm using, and I also used a size 8, but I forgot to show you that. Now it's time to waterbend by adding clean water to the entire background to do a wet on wet technique. But let me tell you why I'm creating this piece. I'm obviously a huge BTS fan, but I personally do not like most wall posters of any kind. I used to when I was younger, but I don't anymore. This is not a judgment though to any of you who do like wall posters. I am just very meticulous about decor, and I basically thought to myself, since I can't find posters that fit my personal taste, I'll start creating them for myself in my preferred style and size. This is a 5.5 by 7.5 inch piece. Time for real time speed. Make sure you have your phone's brightness up to get the full experience because it's so beautiful. I'm starting off with a heavy first layer of number 207. That's the super bright yellow as my base color. I blended in some of the more golden yellow number 246 and then went in with the orange number 211. I did some of my watercolor bending magic off camera because the process is so long but so rewarding and beautiful. But I wanted to show you this. This is shade number 548, the purple. Just look closely at how the colors burst and disperse, dancing through the water. I love this experience every time. This is one of the reasons why I love doing this type of background, because I get so lost in it like a trance that I never ever want to end. And I hope you think so too. Before I forget, I should also mention that I will be eventually creating art pieces of the rest of the BTS members. I am in no rush to accomplish this goal though, because I technically have until the year 2025 when they return back to us to do so. Also, just imagine how nice it will be for you to experience my channel's growth with me until that year and beyond. So please subscribe right now to see those masterpieces whenever the time comes, and we'll continue to support each other like the massive global family that we are. If you're not ARMY, it's cool. Still stick around, support my channel, and see all of the things my heart's desire wants to create. I assure you, you will find great pleasure in subscribing and watching all of my videos. Here's another pro tip. Between each layer that I'm doing for the background, because I'm working with so much water, I am using a blow dryer on cool air high speed. If you don't do this, the colors will become muddy, and also you can risk getting ugly watermarks. Back to faster speeds. I'm adding some of that bright yellow color around his head to create some sort of halo effect around his gorgeous, gorgeous face. This is why he is Mr. Worldwide Handsome. Now you know I couldn't forget to add beautiful colors to highlight his dog, because I can totally relate on his loss. I actually lost my dog this year and it was brutal, so obviously I couldn't leave him out. Now I'm layering in some more of that blue to give it some more dimension around Mr. Astronaut. More layering. When you think you're done, you're not. More layering. I thought I told you that we don't stop. I thought I told you, hey, we don't stop with the layering. Look at this glitter. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. Y'all want to know the pro tip? Y'all want it? Yeah, let's get to them. Okay, so I actually use a white cotton t-shirt to dab my brushes in between colors, and whenever, I dip it into the water and I want to dry it, clean it off, I use that t-shirt rather than wasting money on paper towels. Yes, you're welcome. And actually it looks so pretty, the t-shirt afterwards. I love that. So it was actually the number 6 brush that I forgot to record for you guys. So in total I used number 6, 8, 10, and 0. You know what time it is. Once again, we are layering, starting off with his hair, his skin, his shirt, etc. Drying each layer in between, because you shouldn't rush that part. It will definitely be obvious on his face compared to the background. Second layer, yes, adding some more layers to the hair because we don't want it light. He doesn't have light hair. More layering to the brows because we gotta get them right. Now I'm taking my time layering in the eyes, because just like we care about that in real life, the eyes and the eyebrows are very important in art pieces. I think you guys kind of catch a drift now that there is a lot of layering going on, so I'm not going to continue to remind you that no more. But I will say that the whole point of layering is to deepen and darken the colors. You don't want to start off dark. You always want to start light. At least that's how I prefer to work. I know other people sometimes do otherwise, but that's just how I do. And now I am actually accentuating his features more around the eyes. And again, I'm just layering. I'm deepening the colors because it's easier to remove colors. We call that lifting. And lifting is when you dip the brush into the water and then you dab it on the color little by little, and then you wipe it on the cotton t-shirts to remove some of the darkness. And by the way, every time you see my brush go away from the camera, from the picture, I'm actually either dipping it into the water or dabbing it on the t-shirt. That's what I'm doing. Or of course, I'm adding some of the color onto the brush. Now I am doing his neck. Oh god. That's what she said now. I'm doing his leg. I went from trying to do his neck to his leg. Oh god, Lord forgive me. Anyway, now I am doing his gorgeous chiseled jawline. Yes. And the shadows. Now we're doing some of the shadows, but that jawline. You see that jawline? My god. You know, when I was working on deepening the shadow right here, it reminded me about the importance and beauty of shadows. And not only just in art, but also in real life. Our shadow side, shadow work. Shadows are so beautiful. It's so important to balance our light and our shadow, because that's just what makes us us. And obviously in this piece, it's what makes up the person. You obviously saw how he looked before he had any color and shadow compared to now. It's amazing. Now I'm using a number 0 brush to add the finer details, like his pretty little hair strands, continuing to darken the waterline, his eyes, etc. Of course, you already know what we're doing. You're smart, you're special, you're loyal, you love me, I love you too. You know what's going on right now. You're smart, you know what I'm doing. Now I'm starting to work on his crystal choker, and while doing this, I was trying to figure out how I was going to make this happen with watercolor. But I came up with something amazing, so I can't wait for y'all to see what it looks like. Time to try my best to color in those juicy lips. Oof, juicy. Into the earpiece, hey, working on the earpiece now. That's what I'm doing, layering some color, and now back to them lips. Intensifying the colors, making sure that I don't get rid of the white space area of the lips, because those are gonna be the highlights. So pretty. Now I am lifting and blending the highlights of his nose. This is very important because the nose is not made up of lines. It's made up of shadows and highlights. Now I am adding some squiggly lines to his earpiece and his choker. Stay with me. You're gonna see what I'm finna do. It's just, see, that's what's happening right now, but I am not content. So what did I do? I had this genius idea to grab my liquid pearls, and I started dotting all over the choker, and man, beautiful. Added some around the collar because in the video you can see he has gorgeous little diamonds all over the edges of the collar. I added some dotty dots to the earpiece because in the photo that thing is glistening. And then I had another genius idea to make the pupils of his eyes pearlized. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Didn't stop there, added some to the wire, and then I grabbed the petal pink shade and made some dots in the earpiece that was pink, and it matched his gorgeous microphone. I grabbed a little bit of the dark brown shade and carefully added it around the pearl dots that I made in the pupils, and wow, it made it pop even more. So beautiful. It's time for the last step. I'm going in with the white of the watercolor palette and adding the highlights to his shirt, his teeth, and his lips. Here's the final masterpiece. I think it looks phenomenal. Like, we know he is gorgeous, but come on now, I think I did a great job. Please comment down below and tell me how much you love it. Like the video, please. Thank you so much for watching my very first video. It really means a lot to me. In return, I hope I made you feel something, preferably something good. I know I'm definitely feeling very happy that I'm now your new favorite artist on this here YouTube platform. You have my permission to share all the final photos that can be found on my Instagram account. Share them all you want. It will be amazing if Jin got to see this art piece before he left. Just don't forget to give me credit, tag me. Please don't edit my photos, and obviously don't try to sell copies of my work. Please and thank you. Again, thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. Until next Sun or Moon strangers.
Worldwide handsome, so well, yeah, I'm very handsome.
Okay, stop.
You know, worldwide handsome.